John Yarmuth's seat is up for grabs as he's set to retire. Morgan McGarvey won the Democratic primary with 63% of the votes. He defeated State Representative Attica Scott. In the Republican primary, Stuart Ray got 30% of the votes. He had just 58 votes more than Rhonda Palazzo. WDRB's Monica Harkin spoke with Ray about the changes he plans to make if he wins.
Stuart Ray narrowly won the Republican primary for Louisville seat in the U.S. House. This would be a historic upset for a seat that's been held by Democrat John Yarmuth, who's retiring after 15 years. Stuart Ray joins me now. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thanks, Monica. Thanks for having me.
And I know it was called pretty late last night. How are you feeling watching all those votes roll in?
There weren't a lot of votes rolling in till really late at night, so it wasn't what we expected. We just expected earlier results. So we didn't see the majority of the votes roll in until probably after 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then it was called about 11:30 with a narrow margin, but we're thrilled, and yes, I'm a little tired today.
Definitely. And Rhonda Palazzo was your top competitor.
Sure.
She already said she wants to reanalyze the count. What's your response to that?
Oh, it's expected. It was 58 votes, it looks like. Our opinion is these recanvassing or recounts haven't historically produced much of a change, so presuming I'm the candidate and excited about running in November.
You got to move forward at this point.
Yeah, you do.
And the election isn't over. There's going to be a lot of work to try and upset the Democrat State Senator Morgan McGarvey. How do you plan to flip the seat?
Well, as I've always said, I'm a reasonably minded Republican, but I know that all of this city and all the community isn't very happy with the conditions of the country and of the city of Louisville. So I think a lot of people are going to want to get on board with Stuart Ray for Congress, regardless of party affiliations going forward.
And you kind of mentioned it already. McGarvey has a lot of experience in the state capitol, but when we last spoke, you said that's why you want to win, to bring some change.
I am an outsider, and you know what we're seeing out of Washington and out of our Congress is record high inflation, 8% month over month, record high gas prices, and no baby formula on the shelves. And really, our congressman said he doesn't see that there's anything he can do about it. I suspect Morgan's going to be very similar to the way Congressman Yarmuth is governed, and I think Louisville's ready for a change.
And if you win this fall, what are some top priorities you want to tackle right away? You mentioned inflation. I presume that's one of them.
Yeah, which means we need to reduce this spending and we need to ratchet it back. And there's a lot of wasteful spending. Now, there's always good infrastructure spending that needs to be done, and there's social concerns as far as healthcare. And so I'm not looking to go in and cut everything, but when you're in the trillions, there's a lot of wasteful spending. We need to ratchet that back. That in turn will help control inflation.
And we heard from Morgan McGarvey that he has said he hopes to keep a civil campaign going into the general election. Play nice, as they say.
Yeah, sure.
Do you anticipate to do the same?
Yeah, us too. I mean, we definitely want to be civil. And there's going to be so many great, significant differences between Morgan McGarvey's approach to governing and our approach to governing that it can be civil, but there'll be dramatic differences.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be looking forward to speaking with you more throughout the rest of this campaign election.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And if you want to hear from the Democratic nominee, Morgan McGarvey, we have that full interview posted to our website, WDRB.com.